All right, let's talk about superstar Yash's new film, Toxic, because this movie, well, it's a real paradox. It's making headlines for two completely opposite reasons. On one hand, you've got this incredible story of triumph, and on the other, a whole lot of trouble. So that's the big question we're tackling today, right? How can a single film be a massive hit and a major controversy at the exact same time? And we're talking before it's even out. It's a wild story, so let's get into it. First things first, let's look at the good news. And boy, is it good. We're talking about the triumph side of the story. Toxic was already a financial monster way before a single ticket was even sold. Just to give you some context here, the movie is slated to come out in March, but even with all this time to go, it's already shattering records. The hype is real, and that hype has turned into some absolutely jaw-dropping numbers. Okay, get ready for this number. 120 crore rupees. I mean, wow. But here's the craziest part. That's not the budget. It's not the box office prediction. That's the price for just one single piece of the movie's distribution rights. Just one piece. So you're probably asking, what does that 120 crore actually buy? Well, we're talking about the theatrical rights for just the Telugu version of the film. The folks who shelled out that cash, none other than the huge production house Sri Venkateswara Creations, run by Dil Raju. And why is this such a big deal? Simple. It's the most money ever paid for Telugu rights in the history of cinema. Period. That's how much faith they have in this movie. But just as everyone was celebrating this massive win, the story takes a hard left turn. While all this money talk was happening, something else was brewing in the background. Something that would cast a huge shadow over all this success. And what kicked off all this trouble? A teaser trailer. Just a short clip meant to get everyone excited. But this one, well, it did a little more than that. It's now at the very center of a major controversy. So here's the play-by-play. The teaser drops on January 8th. A little birthday present for Yash and his fans. Right away, people online start debating like crazy over what's in it. But this wasn't just another internet argument. It jumped from social media into the real world and turned into an actual official complaint. Okay, so what's the big deal? What's the complaint actually about? The official allegation is that the teaser features indecent scenes. And that phrase, indecent scenes, which, let's be honest, can mean a lot of different things to different people, that's what has turned this whole thing from a Twitter spat into a serious legal matter. And you really have to understand, this escalation is the key part of the story. This isn't just about what people are saying online anymore. We're in a whole new phase now, with actual government bodies getting involved. And that, of course, comes with much bigger consequences. So here's how the official process went down. First, a complaint was filed with the Karnataka State Commission for Women. They took it seriously and sent a formal letter to the CBFC. That's the Central Board of Film Certification. Now, these are the people with the real power. They decide if a movie gets released at all and what gets cut. And the letter is basically telling them, hey, you need to take appropriate action on this teaser. So that brings us full circle, right back to where we began. You've got this one movie, Toxic, living in two totally different worlds at the same time. In one world, it's a huge commercial success story. In the other, it's facing a serious regulatory headache. And this really lays out the paradox perfectly. On the one hand, you've got Triumph, a record-breaking 120 crore deal that shows just how hyped everyone is for this movie. But on the other hand, you've got Trouble, an official investigation into its content. You've got these two massive opposing forces pulling this film in different directions. So what happens now? What happens when this unstoppable financial hype train crashes into a very, very real official complaint? Which side is going to win out? Is Toxic going to be remembered as a blockbuster or as a major controversy? That's the huge question hanging over what's supposed to be one of the biggest films of the year.